The Wyatt Sicks emerged from tragedy, the shocking August 2023 death of Windham Rotunda, known to WWE fans as Bray Wyatt. In addition to that heartbreaking shared experience, the group's 5 members have more sad moments in their pasts. Bo Dallas, aka Uncle Howdy, is Wyatt's real-life younger brother, Taylor Rotunda. His grief over his brother's death has been front and center in the Wyatt Sicks' storyline so far. In a series of VHS tapes played on Raw over several weeks, Dallas and his Uncle Howdy engaged in something similar to therapy sessions. Dallas explained that he felt like the most important thing in his entire life was taken away from him. He added that no one in the world will ever understand the pain he has gone through because of how much he looked up to Wyatt throughout his life.
Me and my brother both wanted to get in this and kind of make it in our own right, have our own identity.
Dallas portrayed the Uncle Howdy character while Wyatt was still alive. Dallas explained that he and his brother hoped to finally have the run that they had always dreamed of having together. These feelings of hurt, grief, and loss have manifested themselves into a sense of frustration, as Dallas has proclaimed that he thought people were going to forget what Wyatt fought and stood for. That's clearly what's driving the group now, both in storyline and reality. Besides Dallas, the member of the Wyatt Sicks who knew Wyatt best was Erick Rowan. Rowan was the second son of the original Wyatt family, joining Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper on NXT all the way back in December 2012. The group made their way to the main roster and feuded with The Shield and other top stars. After some split-ups and reunions, the group finally went their separate ways for good in 2017. Later that year, Rowan and Harper formed the tag team The Bludgeon Brothers. That run ended in 2018 with an injury to Rowan. Harper asked for his WWE release and got it in late 2019. Rowan was released in the spring of 2020. While Rowan made his way to the independents, Harper, under the name Brody Lee, came to AEW to lead the Dark Order. Lee, real name Jonathan Huber, suddenly died from idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis in December 2020. Rowan, under the name Eric Redbeard, appeared at AEW's tribute show for Lee, helping the Dark Order win their match against the Inner Circle. Rowan was visibly emotional throughout, and at one point held up a sign which read, "Goodbye for now, my brother. See you down the road."
No matter what I do, I always feel, them with me.
He made a few more sporadic appearances for AEW in the following years, but is now back in WWE as the only surviving member of the original Wyatt family. Nikki Cross has had a fascinating and somewhat frustrating WWE career. Well before she began creeping out Michael Cole by delivering VHS tapes to him as Abby the Witch, Cross was a member of the maniacal Sanity stable in NXT, alongside Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, Sawyer Fulton, and Killian Dane, who is Cross's real-life husband. Sanity debuted on the main roster in 2018, without Cross, who remained in NXT. Cross eventually made her main roster debut later that year, spinning her wheels for a while before teaming with Alexa Bliss and winning the Women's Tag Team Championships. Bliss broke off the partnership to align herself with The Fiend, and Cross took up her almost a superhero character. Cross briefly held the Raw Women's Championship in 2021 before becoming deranged once more, once again flailing somewhat before joining the Wyatt Sicks. Cross had been open about her very real struggles with her mental health. In 2023, she posted a picture of herself from 2014 on her X account. She wrote alongside it that while she looked good on the surface, she was miserable at the time, citing a bad relationship with food and an even worse relationship with herself for feeling so miserable. Cross has discussed going to therapy, but also admitted she was actually afraid of telling people she was seeking help because it might be perceived as weak. She has since regretted that mindset, noting there is no problem with admitting that you need help.
And it's been an amazing journey.
Since he debuted in NXT in 2021, there has always been a dark side to Joe Gacy, whether it's his terrifying grin or when he sees nothing wrong in literally kidnapping people like he did to Rick Steiner in 2022. Gacy has always felt like a perfect fit for the Wyatt Sicks, given his creepy track record. Gacy was essentially forged by fire on the independent scene in the 2010s, making his name in Combat Zone Wrestling by holding the CZW Wired and CZW World Championships each on 3 occasions. He has been wrapped in barbed wire, thrown onto thumbtacks, and dragged through broken glass. Aside from the damage to his body, Gacy had some other tragic news to share in February 2024. He revealed on his social media accounts that his beloved cat had passed away. Numerous members of the WWE roster, including Natalya, Chelsea Green, and Thea Hale, sent their condolences to Gacy, who took a few weeks away from NXT before returning at the beginning of March to start building his match with Shawn Spears at April's Stand and Deliver event. Dexter Lumis is the hardest member of the Wyatt Sicks to nail down real information about, even to the point that when he got married to Indy Hartwell on NXT in September 2021, some fans were shocked to discover the two performers weren't actually married in real life. Lumis has definitely had some ups and downs in his career over the past few years. He was briefly released from his WWE contract in 2022 during the seemingly constant mass releases from the company during and just after the COVID-19 pandemic. He was barely being used at the time, a sign the promotion simply had no idea what to do with him. Since returning to WWE later that same year, he hasn't exactly lit the world on fire with his main roster run. Many people began to wonder in 2023 why WWE had actually brought Lumis back in the first place. Ultimately, that seems to be what the Wyatt Sicks is all about, making people remember who these performers are and showing that they do have a place in the spotlight after all.